Oké, welkom. Ik zit hier met Roelant Prins. We hebben afgesproken dat we het interview in het Engels doen.
Ja.
We're here at Eday2012 in the vanilla factory in Rotterdam. I'm sitting here with Roelant Prins from Adyen. For the people who don't know what Adyen does, can you tell in one or two sentences what you guys do?
Yeah, sure. We're a international payment company, and we typically use internet infrastructure to help large international merchants accept payments from their consumers for a variety of sales channels, so e-commerce, but also point of sale, mobile.
And for what kind of merchants do you work?
We work for larger merchants like Mango Fashion, Groupon, SoundCloud, who are here today as well. Typically larger international merchants. Yeah.
And you're with SoundCloud in the European startup competition. Who do you think is going to win?
Great question. I think we have a very good chance to win.
Yeah?
I'm kidding. I don't know. I mean, they're all fantastic companies, true specialists and in their own field. So for us, it's fantastic to be part of that. And I don't know. I think they're all leaders in their industry. So.
And who would you vote for if you were not voting for yourself?
I think SoundCloud is a fantastic company. They're doing something which is really revolutionary in the global music industry.
Yeah.
Originating in Europe, I really admire them. So. Yeah.
And who are your, because those are your competition in the startup competition later. Who are your competition for your business internationally?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we typically play in a field where the banks have always acted and provided services. Mm-hmm. And we're coming in that space, but then from a different angle, we're using internet technology to really try to simplify the way payments are being handled. A good example is something we've now launched recently. People know us from the internet space, facilitating payments for websites.
Yeah.
But we do much more than that. We now also run point-of-sale payment solutions, and we've just launched this.
Yeah, I see it laying over there. What is it?
It's a portable mobile point-of-sale payment device.
Yep.
It uses internet technology, and you can take physical card payments anywhere in any country for all the payment methods that people want to pay with.
Yeah.
And this is where we are going as a company. We're not focusing only on websites, but we're now really focusing on all the sales channels and providing internet technology-based solutions that work much more efficiently than the traditional solutions in the market.
And for whom or which companies is this solution interesting?
Well, it's smaller merchants that don't have a point-of-sale solution today, but also large international retailers that are nowadays all thinking about new retail concepts where they're trying to get rid of the till and think about the Apple Store. There's a lot of change going on, and this is something that can really help those new retail concepts. And the beauty is it's fully compliant, supports all the payment methods, Maestro, Visa, MasterCard, it's all there. So.
And how do consumers respond to it?
Fantastic. I mean, it's much cheaper than the traditional solutions. It's and within our proposition, it fits in with the e-commerce solution, point of sale. So you really have everything in one solution, and that's really nice.
But for me as a consumer, if I would look at the device, I would be like, "You're gonna skim my card."
Right. Yeah. No. That's the thing is, and that's of course something we help our customers with. This is fully what is called chip and pin enabled and compliant.
Yeah.
So this complies with all the regulation from Visa, MasterCard, Maestro. Is fully certified, and that's really important. And you see a lot of similar solutions that take a swipe nowadays, and that's not compliant. This is the way to do it in Europe.
With the chip.
Yeah.
And could it also work for, let's say, for causes like Red Cross maybe, or UNICEF, who would normally collect money on the streets or ring the doorbell and then ask for a few coins?
Yeah.
nowadays people don't carry coins anymore in their pockets. Could it also work for them?
Absolutely. So you see those situations, but also food delivery, where there's of course always the risk with people carrying a lot of cash, being robbed. This is a great solution for that. Yeah.
Is this the biggest development in your business nowadays?
Well, this has a lot of attention right now because this is for us the step into the point of sale physical world, and that's a big thing. But we also continue very much to focus on internationalization, adding more payment methods in markets like China, Russia, etc.
What's your biggest market?
Europe is currently still the largest market for us. Second to that is Brazil. We actually have a local office in Brazil, local team. It's a very high growth market. So, yeah.
And what market do you still want to grow in? Or do you see as an emerging market in your business?
Asia. That's we're opening an office in Singapore in January. We'll have actual people there. And we see that a lot of large, also American companies, large e-commerce players, are now all looking at markets like Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines. So markets there people traditionally thought, are those really interesting markets, are now really high on the agenda. And we think we have a good opportunity there.
Okay. And how do you feel about being nominated in the startup competition? Do you see yourself as a startup?
Well, we've been running for over 5 years. We're now over 100 people, profitable company. So from that point of view, we're not really a startup. But I think in today's market space, people look at the established legacy players, the banks, etc., and they look at players who are really, game changers, providing innovation, and they all have the title startup. So from that point of view, yes, we fit it.
Yeah. And if you have people at home now, like viewers at home, young kids or young people who want to be an internet entrepreneur, what are your biggest learnings that you have over the past 5 years?
I think a key learning for us is it's about a lot of the success in what we're doing is in execution. Trying things. Not everything will work. And for us, try things. If they work, invest in it. If they don't, you stop it. But you cannot, you can take ages to think about a great idea and work it out. In practice, things will always work out differently. So you just have to do it and correct it where you go wrong and retry it. That's a real key lesson for us.
What was the biggest darling that you had to kill for your own company?
Of course, when we started 5 years ago, you start with a payment solution, and people really like the idea. But if people are really outsourcing the payment acceptance to us.
Yeah.
So, to build the trust that the money is safe with us is, of course, a really important challenge.
Yeah.
And that was a big hurdle in the beginning, but luckily we were able to get over that, and that was a big challenge.
And that's probably because you were new in the market, and now you're more established?
Yeah, now we're well established. We have a lot of larger brand names, so people look at it and say, oh, if Vodafone works with them, it's fine for us as well. And that really helps.
Do you see new companies like entering the market in your business that have special features that you're looking at, like, oh, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, there's a lot of innovation in the payment world right now, which is really interesting, and I think this is a good example of what's changing in the market. What's funny is there's a company in the US, Square, that's been really successful, but in the US things work differently. You have to swipe a card to take a payment, and that's the way it works down there. The company's really successful, so you see a lot of players doing similar things in Europe, looking at the success of them, and they copy the model. But then they realize, in Europe actually things have to be done with chip and pin, and then it suddenly is much more complex. So the payment industry is an area for where a lot of innovation is possible, but it's also quite complex given the regulation, and so it takes a bit more than copying a model and trying to launch it. But,
And you were talking about the regulations. How are the regulations in Europe different from, let's say, in Asia or in South America?
Well, regulation is one thing, but the other thing that's a big challenge in our world is payment cultures and payment habits are different in every region of the world. So if you look at Brazil, which is a big market for us, it's very common that consumers pay, when they pay by credit card, they pay in what they call installments. So you pay in 10 individual installments over a 10-month window, even for a 20 euro type transaction. Really awkward. Yeah, it's just the way the culture works. So if you want to be successful in Brazil, that's what you need to offer, but you have to know it and you have to realize that.
How did you find out?
Trial and error. So you go in with a normal solution, then a lot of people complain, and then you start looking at how can we address it, and then you start learning by doing. That's really the only way to do it from our point of view.
Well, I want to thank you for the interview, Roelant Prins of Adyen, and I wish you good luck this afternoon with the startup competition. And
that's great.
I hope you win, and I hope this will be a successful event for you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Dankjewel. Hè?
Yep.